Yo, what's cracking? You know what I'm about to work on? I'm about to work on getting me some background music. What kind of background music should I tap into? Should be some instrumentals, some like trap music, maybe some R&B. You know what I'm saying? Put the R&B on, get that joint job like, yeah, get a nice little vibe going. Get a nice little vibe going. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Hold on, what is see, had something in the background, some recycling that I wanted to take out, but it was just cluttering in the background. I should have took it out before I started the show, but that's why I need music so I can have something going. You know what I'm saying? Like like elevator music. Yeah, I should make some elevator music or something like some trap elevator. That might be a whole different genre for real, for real. Whole different genre, the trap elevator music. Yo, what up, boss? Yeah, man, everything, everything. Hope all is well. It's a long time. I ain't talked to you in forever. Yeah. Matter of fact, I can't even think it was like 10 years ago. Nah, it ain't been that long, but it's been a minute, cuz. It's been a minute. I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing well. Just about to do something about how brothers be getting beat out of all their bread out here. They got Shannon Sharpe for all his money. You know what I mean? Now he got cut ties with ESPN. But I guess he ain't really care, you know. He got bread for the Shay Shay Club, which is what's up. But ESPN trying to kick him off the show for some reason. I guess because that's just how it be when you working with a company. They can hire and fire at will for real. They can hire and fire at will. But let's go ahead and hop on in that junk. See what's shaking with the brother Shannon Sharpe.
Got to get to some breaking news out of the sports world now. ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery. He has previously denied the allegations against him, and he hasn't been on the air since April. NBC News is out to Sharpe and his attorney for comment, although we haven't heard back. Ellison Barber is tracking this one. Ellison, what else do we know?
Hey, Hallie, I mean, it is a massive fall from grace for the Hall of Famer turned broadcast giant. As you said, his relationship with ESPN, it is officially over. He had not been on the air at ESPN.
Why are you standing there like the peanut man? That's too tight though. My man sitting there looking extra comfortable up on that sign. Shannon Sharpe, wow. Hell.
Since this lawsuit was first filed back in April. That was a decision at the time that he and his attorney.
Right here, you look like a little kid on the first day of school. You crazy, man.
Had said they had made, that he had made on his own as he dealt with what he described back then as false and disruptive allegations. But look, he's no longer going to be on ESPN, and this is despite the network renegotiating his contract and announcing an expansion of his role on the show First Take just last year. You mentioned it, but no comment from ESPN or Sharpe as of yet. The split, it does come 2 weeks after the attorney who was representing the woman who had accused Sharpe of sexual assault and raping her in the state of Nevada on 2 different occasions, one in late 2024 and one in January of this year. It comes 2 weeks after her attorney announced that they had reached a settlement on that lawsuit. The terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. Again, Sharpe has consistently denied any wrongdoing here. He claims that he had a consensual relationship with this woman. Based on court filings in the state of Nevada, she had said that she had met Sharpe back in 2023 at a gym when she was 20 years old and that they had engaged in a relationship over the course of 2 years. And then again in late 2024, that's when she says she was assaulted by Sharpe, both physically and sexually, and raped at least 2 times. Again,
that's the problem, man. Like, he kept that joint for way too long. She was cool for a minute, but you already know the longer people are together, the more they kind of like fall out of that little infatuation phase, and problems start to come up, little beefs and arguments and stuff like that. And it's like, when it gets that rough, man, you Shannon Sharpe. You feel me? I know I got kinks too, bro. I got kinks too, where it's like we want power, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe he wanted to control this little junk, but maybe she was into it too at first. You know, I heard little voicemails and seen the pictures and stuff. You know what I mean? They be freaky, but whole time you already know you're gonna play in the snow. It get cold out that junk, boy. Shannon Sharpe, man. Great thing is you got that show, that Shay Shay Club Shay Shay. That, like, I mean, so this might have been something Shannon Sharpe did to get away from ESPN, so he can focus on Club Shay Shay, because he getting bread over there. I ain't even gonna hold you. So I'm gonna think Shannon Sharpe did this on purpose, man. He seems like he's smarter than that.
No direct comment from Sharpe at this time. He and his attorney, they had previously said that the decision to step away from his role at ESPN in April was one that he made himself. This no longer a decision he has made himself. This is ESPN splitting from Sharpe. He will not be on that show, on that program, on the network moving forward.
Well, it sounds like he already said that he was trying to move away, trying to do something. You ever been like, I quit, and then they try to make it seem like you're fired? Like, no. What are you talking about? I quit in April. Fired? Like, we're making a big deal. I already said that I'm going my separate ways. But guess they want to go ahead and try to drag him. Everybody trying to drag Shannon Sharpe now. I hope they don't try to do him like they did Diddy, though. I hope that's not what's coming down the pike. But you gotta be careful out here, Shannon. And they tried to warn you. Cat Williams tried to warn you. Monique tried to warn you. And it's like, you said you had it under control, but the book on the woman, it ain't been written yet. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what is going to happen. They're very emotional, Shannon. They're very emotional, fellas. You already seen, like, if I ain't learned nothing this year through this whole Diddy trial, man, they could be with something all the way up to the end, and then at the end be like, you know what? I felt like I was manipulated or coerced, or, you know, they made me do this. And, you know, it's like accountability goes straight out the window. So it don't matter what the agreement was. When that Jones started acting funny, Shannon, Uncle Shay Shay, you should have left that Jones alone, for real, for real. You ain't got to force it. You know what I mean? It's by choice, not by force. But, you know, hopefully this was something that you brought about, and it ain't gonna be no other kind of repercussions. You gotta leave, you know what I mean? Man, he kept that joint on around way too long.
Being said, he does have an incredibly popular podcast that airs weekly, and as far as we know, that will continue. But Hallie, in terms of his relationship broadcasting with ESPN, that is over.
Ellison Barber, thank you very much for tracking that.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC.
Man, Shannon Sharpe is just like, he's the next victim. You know what I'm saying? Seeming like he's the next victim. And we don't want to see him take that L, take that fall. But they've been coming up to brothers now. They've been trying to lock brothers on up. They've been trying to put them in a chokehold. And it's even another $20 million lawsuit that's coming out on Shannon Sharpe. Not the one from old girl, a different lawsuit coming out on Shannon Sharpe. it's tough. Let's go into that. Let's see what's up with that. Yeah, Shannon Sharpe sued over 20 million, shaming a woman over a flirty viral Usher video, and said that she wrongly left her husband. So I guess they was talking a little, people get online, start to talk trash. Says that the former ESPN star shamed a woman over a video of her kissing Usher at Usher's concert. Usher be having these concerts where he pulls the ladies out and serenades them and kisses them. And during the concert, they try and say that because of that, her husband left her. Well, the lady comes out and says that she never had a husband. She didn't have a husband, and she was just enjoying her time with Usher. And for Shannon Sharpe to be coming out and saying that, her husband was going to leave her, that job like messed up her reputation and it embarrassed her. So it said that, he made false claims and they were defamatory. Yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce that word. Suggesting that she was married and her husband was filing for divorce due to participation in the audience experience. She says that she's not married, nor is she going through a divorce. So, it was kind of like defamation of character. And because Shannon Sharpe had false narratives, that he had a large platform and he shared it across his platform, reaching millions of followers. It went viral. And despite her efforts to clear up her public reputation of that false narrative, her life was impacted. And in today's age, it's easy for somebody to file a lawsuit and it's easy for somebody's information to get out there. And the woman who's a global director of Harold Washington Cultural Center said that she went on a national media show to refute the allegations from the ESPN First Take. Okay, so Shannon did that when he was on First Take. Okay. It says that that's why that he's being sued for $20 million on top of the lawsuit that he just got. So they continue to blast her information. Says that she made numerous efforts to contact Shannon Sharpe to request the removal of the false narrative, but the requests were disregarded. And then the single mother added that the false statement has caused significant harm to her character and her reputation. She further argued that they continue to drag her name through these false statements after she publicly clarified that her marital status demonstrates reckless regard for the truth. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So as they kept doing that, they didn't care about the truth. I probably messed that all up. But basically, it's $20 million. They're coming after Shannon Sharpe. Once they put you on that wanted list, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. That's why it's best to just fly under the radar. Man, you already know what I always say. Just be easy, man. Be easy. We'll catch you next time.